All right, so we've got the Bible's Job, who questions and argues and demands answers. We've got the Quran's Job, Ayub, who embodies perfect patience and submission. We've got the Testament's Job, who endures as a king and is folded into Israel's lineage. And then there's Carl Jung, who in 1952 wrote his answer to Job, and it might be the most unhinged thing a respected psychologist has ever published. So Jung read the book of Job and was like, wait, God is supposed to be all knowing, all good, omniscient, right? So why does he need Satan to point out Job's faithfulness? Why does he feel the need to prove anything to anyone? And most importantly, why does an omniscient being act so unconscious? Jung's argument is that God, Yahweh, in the book of Job, isn't actually fully conscious yet of his own nature. He contains both good and evil, light and shadow, but he hasn't integrated them. Instead, he's projecting his own darkness onto Satan and using Job as the testing ground for his own unresolved psychological complexes. And Jung goes further. Jung suggests that God actually needs human consciousness to become fully aware of himself, that the incarnation of Jesus was God's attempt to experience what it's like to suffer as a human, to understand what he put Job through. Kind of that God needed to become conscious of his own cruelty. Now, the church was not happy about this book. Jung was accused of blasphemy, of psychologizing the sacred, of reducing God to a neurotic father figure. But Jung wasn't trying to disprove God. He was trying to take the text seriously as a psychological document, as a record of humanity's evolving relationship with the divine. So Jung is asking, what does it mean that our earliest stories about God show him acting in ways that we would now call or deem morally questionable? And I think that's a question that kind of haunts all four versions of this story, all four of these texts that we've been exploring. The Bible lets Job question, but then it silences him with God's cosmic speech. The Quran removes the questions entirely. The Testament gives Job's suffering a cause, the same way the Midrashic story does. The Testament names his wife and pulls him into the covenant. And Jung says that the questions themselves are sacred, that doubt and wrestling are part of how consciousness evolves, whether human or divine.